Hello students, welcome back to the video series on analysis of indeterminate structures. In my previous videos, we have solved some of the numerical examples on beams using the Carney's method. Now in this video we will see how to analyze a frame structure using Carney's method. There will not be much difference. It is same as that of the continuous beam, but only care what we have to take here is that is non-sway frames. Whenever three members are joining at that point, so the proper stiffness factor and the rotation factor should be calculated considering all the three members. So we'll try to demonstrate one non-sway frame and tell you how to analyze using the Carney's method. The first step remains same. I have shown this frame here, so it is having an overhang CD and all other things are as usual. So the first step remains same, that is finding fixed end moments. I have tried to calculate the fixed end moment using all the formulae, standard formulae what we have for a UDL, for a point load not at the center. Okay. Now regarding MFCD, so when you try to calculate the fixed end moment, you have to fix support C and calculate what is the fixed end moment because of this 30 kilonewton. So it comes out to be minus 30 into 2, that is 60 kilonewton meter, because at the fixed end support C, the reaction due to this 30 kilonewton will be an counterclockwise. So it is minus 30 into 2, and all other moments in the span BE and CF all are 0. Okay, to start with, next step should be the rotation factor. So you know the formula to calculate the rotation factor. Let me just write that. So this is a formula to calculate the rotation factor. Let me make a table format. In that we will calculate the rotation factors. Let me just do that. Okay, now we need to calculate the rotation factors at two joints, that is at B and C. Now at B, three components are joining. One is BA, the other one is BF, and the third one is BC. Now if you see BA, support A is a fixed support, so the stiffness factor will be 4EI over L, that is 4EI over 3. Now if you see BF, F is also a fixed support, so that will also becomes 4EI over 3. And if you see BC, support C is an intermediate support, so it becomes once again 4EI over L. So 4E, but span BC is having a moment of inertia of 2I divided by 4. Now if you do the summation of all these three things, you will get 4.67 EI, and you can calculate the rotation factor for each component using this formula. I have calculated them. Let me just write that, minus 0.143. Okay, so these are the rotation factors which we have calculated. Now coming to joint C, once again three components are joining, CB, CD and CE. So CB, if you see, it is once again 4EI over L. 4E, I becomes 2I over 4. CD is actually overhang portion, no stiffness will be there, so it should be considered as 0. And regarding CE, it is once again 4EI. So 4E into 2I by 4. And if you do the summation, you will get this as 4EI, and you can calculate the rotation factor using that formula. Okay, so these are the rotation factors which I have calculated. The procedure remains same, only whatever components are joining at that joint, so all those components should be taken care, means considered while calculating the rotation factors. Now I have to draw the boxes to calculate the rotation contributions, and you have to draw the boxes only at joint B and C because they are the one which are trying to rotate and do some contribution for the rotation. A, E and F are fixed, so no need to draw the boxes, and since D is a free support, that is because CD is a overhang, so no moment will come at that point, even though it is rotating, but no moment will come at that point, so no need to draw the box at D. So you have to draw only boxes at B and C. So let me just draw that. Okay, I have drawn the boxes at B and C. Let me first write the fixed end moments. Minus 4.44, and this is 8.89. Fixed end BC is minus 64 and CB is plus 64. This side it is minus 60. No fixed end moments here. Okay, now let me write the summation of fixed end moments. 8.89 minus 64, you will get minus 55.11. 64 minus 60, you will get 4, right? Okay, now let me just write the rotation factors, corresponding rotation factors in the space provided. Rotation factor that of BA we have already calculated. It comes minus 0.143, minus 0.14 and 3. This is also minus 0.143, that is that of BF, and this is minus 0.214, 2, 1 and 4. This side it is minus 0.25, this side also minus 0.25, and this side is 0. Okay, so now we have written all the summation of fixed end moments, the corresponding rotation factors and everything. So let us start writing the rotation contributions. So we'll start with BA only, that is joint B, and then we'll go to joint C. Okay, now let me write the first cycle. Okay, now I'm at joint B. I will calculate that of M dash BA, that is the rotation contribution, is equal to, the formula is rotation factor that of BA in the bracket the summation of fixed end moments at B 55.11 plus the rotation contributions from the far ends. Now for B, the far end is A, F and C. You have to take care of that because 3 members are joining, so all the 3 far ends you have to take. So for joint B, the far ends are A, F and C. Now if you say support A and support F both are fixed, the rotation contribution will be always 0. So I have to consider 0 and 0. Now that of C, I have not yet started the calculation, means I don't know the value yet. So you can start with the assumption of 0. So I will write at A it is 0, at F it is 0, and at C you have not calculated, so you assume it as 0. This comes out to be 7.88. Now let me calculate that of M dash BF. Same, the rotation factor for BF is minus 0.143. That fixed summation of fixed moment is minus 55.11, and here also it is 0, 0 and 0. This also comes out to be 7.88. Now let me calculate that of M dash BC. Now M dash BC is having a rotation factor of minus 0.214. Summation of fixed moment will be same, means whatever terms which are there in this bracket, so all those terms will remain same. 0 plus 0 plus 0. This comes out to be 11.79. Now let me update the values here. Yeah. So this side it is 7.88. So here whatever I am writing is for BA, and here whatever I am writing is for BF, 7.88, and here whatever I am writing is for BC. So it is 11.79. Now I am done at joint B. Let me move on and do it at joint C. For M dash CB is equal to, the rotation factor is minus 0.25. The summation of fixed moment is 4 plus. Now at joint C, the far ends are B, E and actually D. Okay, now at B we have already calculated the rotation contribution, which is 11.79, and E is a fixed support, it is 0. So here it should be 11.09 plus 0. This comes out to be minus 3.94. Now let me calculate that of CE. Minus 0.25. Summation of fixed moment is 4, and the contributions from the far ends minus 3.94. Now no need to calculate the rotation contribution that of CD, because CD is an overhang, so it will not be coming. Let me update the values here. This is coming out to be minus 3.94. That of CB, and here it is coming out to be minus 3.94. That is that of CE. So nothing will come on this side. So this completes my first cycle. Let me move on to the second cycle. Okay, now I am in second cycle at joint B. So it will be, first let me start with M-BA, the same sequence what you followed in the first cycle, same sequence you have to follow. You should not change the sequence. Rotation factor is minus 0.143. Summation of fixed moment is minus 55.11. Okay, then now at B, the joint A and joint F rotation contributions will be 0. Now from joint C you have already calculated minus 3.94, so that you have to take down. This comes out to be, from joint A it is 0, from joint F it is 0, and from joint C it is minus 3.94. This comes out to be 8.44. Now let me calculate that of M-BF minus 0.143. So all other these things will remain same, means whatever it is there, the same things will remain. This comes also to be 8.44. Now if I try to calculate that of BC, M-BC is equal to minus 0.214. The same terms will be there. This comes out to be 12.63. Now let me update the values here, because that is very important. So this will be 8.44. This also will be 8.44. This will be 12.63. If I am correct, yeah, 12.63. Now joint B is done in the second cycle. Let me move to the joint C in the second cycle itself. Let me start with M-CB is equal to minus 0.25. The summation of fixed moment is 4 plus. Now when you are at joint C, you have to take the updated values from the far ends. Far ends are B and E. So at B we have already calculated as 12.63, and from E it will be 0. So 4 plus, from B it is 12.63, from E it is 0, because E is a fixed support. This comes out to be minus 4. Now similarly, M-CE is equal to minus 0.25. All these terms will be same. This also is minus 4. Let me update the values here. Minus 4.0, 4.0. Now similarly you have to carry on with the third cycle and the fourth cycle, and you have to stop at a point wherein the difference between the previous cycle and the present cycle is not much. So let me just write down the values which I have already calculated. Okay, I have written all the final rotation contributions, and the boxes indicate the final rotation contribution. You can see the previous cycle difference is not so much. Now you should be very careful. So which rotation contribution refers to which one? So let me just write down that. So this refers for BA, this is for BA, this is for BF, this is for BC, this is for CB, and this is for CE, right? Once it is done, you can easily calculate the final end moments. Okay, let me just write down the final end moments. Yeah, and of course there is no requirement to write down all these first cycle, second cycle, all these calculations. It is not required. So if you are familiar with the calculator and if you are familiar with all the formulae, you can directly note down or write down all these rotation contribution values. It is not required to write down all these calculations. Maybe initially in the first few 3-4 examples you may have to write down, because you should be conversant with all these calculations. Once you are done and once you are familiar with the calculations and the formulae, you can write down all these numbers directly without all these calculations written on the paper. Okay, now let me write down the final end moments. First, let me start with MAB is equal to the fixed end moment, that of AB, plus 2 times near end rotation contribution. Near end is A, so the rotation contribution will be 0, plus 1 time the far end rotation contribution, that is 8.47. Now when you see AB, A is a near end and B is a far end, so you have to write down that of 8.47, this 8.47, this 8.47, not this 8.47, because this 8.47 is that of BF. Okay, of course the values are same if they are different. So this value is for BF and this value is for BA, so you have to write down this 8.47. Now this comes out to be 4.03 kilonewton meter. Now coming to MBA, the corresponding fixed end moment is 8.89, plus 2 times the near end rotation contribution is 8.47, plus 1 time the far end rotation contribution is 0. You can see when you start writing for BA, the fixed end moment is 8.89. 2 times near end rotation contribution is this 8.47 you have to take, plus 1 time the far end rotation contribution, that of A, is 0 because it's fixed support. This comes out to be 25.83 kilonewton meter. Now when you try to calculate MBF, now here you can follow any of the sequence, no issues. Fixed end moment is 0, plus 2 time near end rotation contribution is 8.47, plus 1 time the far end rotation contribution is 0, because F is a fixed support. This comes out to be 16.94 kilonewton meter. Now when you see here BF, the fixed moment is 0, plus 2 times near end rotation contribution is this 8.47, plus far end rotation contribution is 0. So likewise you have to write down the formula for each and every moment and you can note down. So let me just write down the moments itself directly. Okay, now these are the final moments you can see. Now when you add joint B, so MBA plus MBF plus MBC should be 0. That is MBA plus MBF plus MBC should be 0. Like if you do all these three things, you will get 0. Likewise you can do the cross check. Now once you know the end moments, easily you can calculate the shear forces and draw the shear force diagram and the bending moment diagram, right? So this, friends, this is how you can analyze a frame structure using Carney's method, which is a non-sway. We'll see few more examples in my next videos. Till then, thank you, bye.